Good morning, everyone, and what a day this is going to be. I woke up this morning with a whole bunch of chores I wanted to do, and I didn't do them because I decided to totally change a part of my pantry again. Now, what's happening is in my pantry, I am using up food. So on the shelves, I got lots of bare spaces. And today I'm going to consolidate everything, put them on the shelf, and get rid of one more major shelf. Yay! I'm super duper excited. I got rid of three shelves, and that, I can't believe it. I can't believe how full I had it. We're gonna get rid of that shelf, and then we're gonna bring just a little bookshelf, and I'm gonna put all of my dry mixes on it, and we're gonna turn it into Little House on the Prairie. We're changing it into Little House on the Prairie Pantry. Now, what makes that? Because I'm putting the dry goods in there, and every book that I own that has to do with Little House on the Prairie is going to be put in that room. And this winter time, I'll be doing a lot of videos in that room simply because it's too cold to be outside. But I have lots of linens I have to wash and put them on the line after I clean everything. Well, let's get started, because this is going to be a big project with well worth the effort and what you see as the progress continues. This has been bothering me for quite some time, and I just felt like today was the day to do it. Now, as I consume the food that is in these shelves, I'm not replacing it with the same amount. I'm going a lot less with my food storage, but I still have a year at least, and I will keep a year of food storage, but I'm trying to get rid of all of these knick-knack shelves. And then that way I can turn this more back into a room. What I am doing is, off the camera, is I'm organizing everything. So all the jams and jellies go in the same cabinet, and all the other different categories go the same. Then I had this whole clear area, and I thought I would bring my little bookshelf, and that way I can consolidate all of the food in my out pantry. This isn't my main pantry. I have two of them. I took some of the lemon oil, and I'm just working on this old bookshelf. And what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to take all of the dried goods of flour, sugar, and then I'm going to decorate and put them all into this little bookshelf, and then clean off the work surfaces of the hutches that I have. It will all make sense when I'm finished here, so let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. Now I have all of my dried goods on this little bookshelf, and then I thought it would be nice to decorate it like the old style. And then all the books that I have of Little House on the Prairie, that is going to go somewhere else. I'm just moving things around and organizing a little better, and I just love the way it looks. And I kept adding different things and kept changing things as I was working through everything. As I got everything finished, this was what was left. There was a few jars that lost their seal, and I wanted to go ahead and reseal them. And just put everything together and make sure every single thing that I own is in its own category. Here I had some beans, and I find myself with all kinds of different glass jars of beans and rice, but I'm going to put it all together. That way it's all in one container. You won't believe what it looks like, because I did some more work after I was finished with all of this. Now let me go ahead and show you what else I was doing. If you look in the corner, you're going to see a door, and it looks awful. It was losing a lot of its varnish, and well, it's from 1963. After we cleaned everything up and got the pantry ready, I thought about that door, and I thought, what could we do? But first, let me go ahead and just organize everything here and put everything in its proper place. It's such a feeling of accomplishment when you get things done, things that have been on your list for a long time. And here is a good look at the door. As you can see, now all the glass jars of food are off this little hutch, and I'm just going to add some of the antique things that I had. And then I said to my husband, do we have any paint left over? And we did. We had dark brown paint, and I love this look of it. I think it looks absolutely amazing. He just repainted the door, gave it a little bit of a fresher look, and I tried to find things around the house that I could use to decorate it. I don't have any bows. I'm hoping that maybe I can find a bow, or somebody has one that they will send me. Otherwise, it's just going to look just like this. And now this is what it looks like. Total transformation. I don't know how much more I could make this look into a little house on the prairie pantry. All of my books are in the one corner of Little House on the Prairie. And this is what it looks like when I was done with this project. Then I went into the drawers and I decided I was going to put some of my cookbooks in here. On the left side is all of my DIY pantry books. Keep it all together, and I'm going to make little tags on the drawers to remind me. Here is all the linens. This is all the linens that I found in today's video that I wanted to clean and wash and store away for another day. I love old linens, and I love washing them and making them fresh and clean to use for another projects. So let me go ahead and hang all of this up, and I'm going to show you the final result of this pantry. I added a few more off-grid lights to it, and now it's the perfect filming room. Since I'm hanging clothes on the line, I'm going to answer a question that I get from a lot of viewers. Well, if you are mostly off-grid, how do you dry your clothing? Now, I could dry it in racks here beside the wood stove, and I will do that if I have too much bad weather. But here in Pennsylvania, we normally have at least 1 or 2 sunny days out of the week. And on those days is when I do all of my washing. Even when it's 10 degrees or 0 degrees, I hang the clothes on the line. And what happens is they freeze dry. They dry just as well as in the summertime because they freeze dry. Then I bring them in, all stiff and starchy, and once they thaw out, they're totally dry. And you know what? It makes the whites even whiter. If you have any kind of clothing with a stain on them, you hang them in the sun on a very cold, frosty day, you won't have that anymore. And you will have clean, fresh linen. Well, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. And here is the final result of all of the work that I did. And I couldn't be happier with my little house on the prairie pantry.